Hello traders, so we will come into the last standards with the breakout right over here. That is the price action confirmation, and this one is more advanced. Let's get started. And right over here is three standards and a three common case you already learned on last videos. The first case is two Maruzu candles, and two case right over here is about breakout with the big Maruzu candles and one small candles. This case is having two candles is similar colors, and this case is different colors. At this time, you will see that for the two Maruzu candle standards, we only have the two conditions right over here. You can see I already note the number of condition right here, and for this case or this case, we all see that we are having three conditions, 1, 2, and 3 right over here. And we also can apply price action confirmation for breakout if one of the candle condition is failed. The key thing right over here is one candle is failed. One candle is failed means that you will have more than one condition right over here is failed. You also can apply. I will give you the example to understand about this point easier. For example, we are having the standards right over here. You can see the pattern on my left side, and at this time you can see that here is a valid pattern very easily, right? We are having the breakout line right here. The first candle is big, second candle is small, very easily. You can see that the first pattern is valid. But when we see on the second pattern on the right side right over here, the first candle is still big, but this time the second candle is not small, because you can see total length of second candle here and from highest into highest here is equal to half of the first candles. Therefore, the second candle at this time is failed. Therefore, you can apply breakout with the confirmation from this point, right? Lowest low of second candle right over here, and middle price of the first candle may be right over here, and the second standards right here is still valid. More than 30% body of the first candle is above breakout line, and you can see right here this one is still valid. Therefore, at this time, the second candle right over here is failed just because the condition right over here. Therefore, at this time, we can apply price action confirmation. For the second case, at this time, you can see right over here, we still having one valid pattern on the right side like this. To help you can compare to the failed pattern right side right here easier. First candle must be big, and second candle must be small, because we don't have the 5 Maruzu candle on the left side to compare with the first candle right over here. Therefore, I will assume that the first candle here is a big candles. Therefore, at this time, this condition is valid. But the second candle at this time is invalid right over here, because you can see that from the highest into the lowest, we can see that total length of second candles is bigger than the first candle more than 50%. Therefore, the second candle is failed from this condition, right? And lowest low of second candles is lower than middle price of the first candles. Therefore, the second candle is failed one more time, but totally the second candle is still failed, and the first candle is still valid. Therefore, from the second point right here, we still can apply price action confirmation for a breakout right over here. But when we come into the third condition right over here, more than 30% body of the first candles is above breakout line. At this time, you can see that only having very small body of the first candles is above the breakout line right over here. It's not enough for 30% body. Therefore, at this time, from this condition, the first candle right here is failed also. Therefore, for the pattern on the right side right here, all the candles here is failed. Therefore, we cannot apply price action confirmation for this pattern, and we only can apply price action confirmation in case one candle is failed. I would like to give you one example about price action confirmation in breakout, and you can see right over here, here is just on the 1 minute time frame of gold. We are having one recent high right over here, and my question is whether two candles right over here, one big Maruza candles and one down candle on the right side right here can create a pattern of valid breakout. And you can pause the video for several minutes to compare with the standards over here and give out the results. The reason why we're using the condition right over here, because here is a big Maruza candles and one Dow candle on the right side. Therefore, you need to use the standards. We are having the same type of candles, big Maruza candles and one small candle like this. I will paste it on the left side right here, and you can compare standards one by one and give out the results easier. And at this time, I would like to guide you how to do it. First of all, we need to judge the first standards. First candle must be big, and at this time we need to compare with 5 recent Maruza candles on the left side. Here is our big Maruza candles. At this time you can compare this candle with the 5 Maruza candle on the left. The first one here is the up Maruza candle very clearly, and the second candle here is a special down Maruza candles. You can see that the candle opened right over here and then going up and then going down strongly at the end of the candles. Close price is very near the lowest low. I will zoom in a little bit right over here. Therefore, at this time, here is the down Maruza candles as our standards about special Maruza candles. And the next candle will be this candle very clearly, right? And this candle also same. 5 Maruza candle on the left side like this. And at this time, you can see that total length of our candle right over here is bigger. Therefore, at this time, we can confirm here is a big candles and using it as a valid candle on our standards right here. But when we come into second standards right here, second candles must be small because here is a down candles. We can see the red color very clearly here. And to judge your second candle is small candle at this time, we need to see total length of second candles is smaller or from 30% of last Maruza candles. But at this time, you can see total length of second candle here is almost equal to the first Maruza candle right over here. Therefore, second candle is fail. And at this time, the second standards right over here is fail also, and lowest low of second candle is touch into middle price of the first candle also. Therefore, at this time, second standards right over here is also fail. But this standards and this standards are judging for the second candles. Therefore, totally, we always see that after this standards and this standards, the second candle is still fail. And the next standards right here, more than 30% body of the first candles is above breakout line. Breakout line means the recent high right here, and we can easily see that almost the body of the first candle is above breakout line. Therefore, at this time, the first candle is valid and the second candle is invalid. Therefore, at this time, we can use price action confirmation for two candles right over here to confirm one more time about buying pressure. And as our price action confirmation standards, we need to see 4 candles from our original breakout pattern right over here to see is there any normal candles or Maruza candle close above the original highest high of the pattern right here. And at this time, you can see that we are having the original highest high breakout pattern right at this place. And with the next 4 candle, it means that 1, 2, 3, and 4, we already have this candle is a normal candle close above of the original highest high right over here. Therefore, this candle already helps us to confirm against the buying pressure. Therefore, totally we can have the valid breakout pattern from this candle until this candles. And here is a valid breakout as price action confirmation. If we don't use price action confirmation, here is invalid pattern because second candle is failed. But You can see that when we combine price action into the market structure, we can have more advantage because you also can reading and recognize a lot of the hard key levels on the markets, right? And that is all for today's video. Thank you for listening to me and see you on the next one.